So, I have really been enjoying being an influencer of people, providing a bridge to their alignment and teaching others through the clarity of my example.
Yeah, you're born for that.
It's been my desire to do that in a more powerful way. People like Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Esther have been very, very inspirational for me. So my question is about impulses. You've taught us that we don't take action until we feel inspired.
Well, we say it's not a good idea, but you often can't hold back from that because the momentum of wherever you are is usually carrying you into that. In other words, that word inspired needs to be reformatted here, doesn't it? Because momentum does inspire action. It does call more like it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
We're sort of in a new place of understanding about this, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what is inspiration? And what we want to say is, we've been saying, get into the vortex and then. And now we're saying, get into that high-flying point of attraction and then. In other words, meditate and then. Soothe yourself into alignment and then feel for the inspiration. Mm-hmm. But our friend is inspired in traffic every day. He's inspired because momentum brings it to that.
Well,
we like this discussion. We like new understanding.
I find myself there quite a bit. But I'm kind of naturally a person who feels inspired about a lot of things. I mean...
Naturally, because I've been practicing the high-flying vibrations longer.
That's true. That's true.
It feels natural because I've practiced it, so now it's chronic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which means I'm a good focuser. There are a lot of good focusers not in a good place because what you focus on, in other words, genius, is just attention to a subject. And you can be a genius at poverty. You can be a genius at bad relationships. Or you can be a genius at life-giving things. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
We interrupted you.
That's okay. So what I want to know is, since I feel, I get all of these ideas about how to make this, not make this happen, but to be a more powerful influencer, and everything feels like it's coming from source, and so I jump on this and I jump on that, and it's as an example, not of that, but just to let you know what I mean by impulse, is that I love coconut cake and I love a new shirt. But let me tell you, Abraham, if I want a new shirt or a piece of coconut cake, you better not be in my way because I'm going to get it. And so what I want to know is it possible for whoever's giving out the impulses to make the impulse...
But you see, it's not who's giving out the impulse, and it's not even the power of the impulse, because that's really strong. Mm-hmm. It's your readiness for it. In other words, you believe in your ability for a new shirt and cake. So you don't have resistance in the way. So when you get in the vicinity of that impulse is easily carried through with. Mm-hmm. So what you want to do is practice the other thoughts until they feel as natural to you as these that come more easily. We want to say a lot of things to you, but here is something to sort of begin this process. When an impulse is really, really strong, so strong that you can't deny it, you're really in sync with it. But before that impulse has come to you, we think it would be prudent for you to have determined the difference between a good feeling emotion and a bad feeling emotion, or good feeling momentum and not good feeling momentum. And that's why someone like you, it's easy to talk to you because we know that you've meditated yourself into alignment and you've listened to us and felt the resonance with it. And so there's no question in your mind about what feels good to you and what doesn't feel so good to you. And so now it's just a matter of picking one of those good feeling, high flying discs and just focusing there softly with the expectation of the impulse coming, and we promise you it will. But just like the discussion we had a few minutes ago of trying too hard, we've been using an expression, trying to feel the grid in. That slows things down. It's a matter of allowing it to come about. So we hear your question. It's a really vivid one. We can feel the vibration of it within you. We can feel the power with which you are saying, how do I know when the impulse is ripe enough that I can follow it and it is the path of least resistance? And we say, you just got to follow some impulses and see how it turns out, because that's how you figure it out. It's like our friend feeling that he had the impulse for the lottery and then following through with it a week later. It's timing. And timing is about vibrational alignment. And you improve, oh, here we go. You improve your timeliness or your rendezvousing with the things that matter the most to you through practice, through momentum. That's really what you're reaching for, because you see, you've put it all in the vortex and it's a sure thing that it's all coming to you. But the timing of it is up to you. So you have control over these two factors. You have control over three factors, but let's talk about two first. You have control over timing, and you have control over momentum. And they are both components of the same thing, which is focus. So if you decide that you're going to focus, now you've got control over which disc you get on. And you've got control over how long you stay there. So now you've got control over how practiced that vibration is until it's natural. And now you've got control over timing. Did you follow all of that? Because now you'll be in the right place at the right time over and over and over and over and over again. And when you're in the right place at the right time, then all kinds of things are just popping for you. So now what is the factor? Let's start back again. So you know, you have control over your focus. You have the ability to focus and choose the disc. And you have control over how long you stay there. And therefore you have control over the momentum, and therefore you have control over how much is gathered, which will result in an impulse for you. We promise you, it cannot not. It is law. So now, what's the component? What's the missing piece that we have not yet factored into this? Because you know every bit of all of those things that we've said. What is, in terms of this discussion, still missing? Emotion. How I feel. My determination to feel good. So when I'm pushing, do I feel good? When I'm striving, do I feel good? When I'm trying hard, do I feel good? When I am determined, do I feel good? Do you? Do you feel good in determination? We don't think you feel that good in determination. We think your pressure pump's about to blow up. We don't think you feel that good in determination. So when you factor in your desire to feel good and you combine it with your knowledge about focus, now I'm going to focus on what feels good. Ooh, that matters. And now, because it feels good, I'm going to keep focusing on it. Ooh. And as it feels good and the momentum gathers, now inspiration is going to ensue. And as it does, every word I speak, everything that I do, everything is just going to be like this wonderful, magical unfolding, you see. And then the manifestation is such that then others are looking at it and you're admiring and acknowledging the value of it or the benefit of it. And now you know exactly how to accomplish the same for yourself on any subject that matters to you. This has been a wonderful discussion, every bit of it today, every bit of it, each piece leading to the next, leading to the next, leading to the next. It is our powerful knowing that you all have moved into a new place of expectation relative to the things that you've been wanting. It's also our powerful knowing that you will never again be doing that thing you do that is clogging your pipes or that is slowing you down or that is a momentum and an inspiration to something that is unwanted without knowing exactly how it came about. In other words, you now are the deliberate creators of your own experience. And now it's just a matter of practicing. So how do you leave here and practice? How do you put into practice what you've heard here? Well, if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would leave here by first saying, nothing is more important than that I feel good. That is my strongest determination. I'm going to find thoughts that feel good, which means I'm going to be aware of the disc that I jump on. And I'm going to get better and better at jumping on those discs that feel good. And when I'm on it, then I'm going to give my focus to it, because then I'm going to allow law of attraction to give me momentum on that. And when I'm aware, because I care about how I feel and I'm aware of how I feel, that I'm on a disc that doesn't feel that good, I'm going to disengage as quickly as I can. But if I don't, if momentum carries me, because it's a practiced thought, I'm going to be easier on myself about the negative emotion. Because I know that I can choose again, and I can choose again, and I can choose again. And each time I choose, it's going to be out ahead of manifestation. Each time I choose, I'm going to look for what feels best. Each time I choose, I'm going to get better at it. And each time I choose, then, and here's the thing we want you so much to hear. Each time I deliberately choose a disc. Each time I deliberately choose a disc. And each time I deliberately increase momentum on that disc. And each time I receive inspiration and then manifestation, I'm empowered. I'm empowered. I feel worthy, and I know I can do it. And it does not matter what the object of attention is, because it works across the board on everything. So start with easy things and empower yourself until you feel the invincibility that lets you know that there truly is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. You are unlimited, and you've come here to experience the deliciousness of knowing that. Not the deliciousness of doing that, the deliciousness of knowing that. Everything else follows that. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. You are magnificent beings, and the intensity of that which you is has brought us to a whole new place. There is more movement forward in this conversation than we've experienced ever before. There is great love and appreciation here for you.